why do you think parents don't want their kids to get vaccinated?
I think they think it's not clean or because it's artificial
unsafe.
and it's killed of the virus.
Some people
So it could. I don't know. They don't.
They
think
believe that
it's
it won't actually
works.
work. Yeah.
Because of all the extra chemicals.
Yeah.
It could
They might not be able to pay for it if they don't have health insurance.
Can I ask another question?
no, you can't.
Sure.
Okay, do you think vaccines are worth the money?
Well, most of the time, yeah. But if it's something like the common cold or something,
No, that's
unless it's something big
I didn't know there was a shot
I
for the
think-
common cold.
There
yeah,
isn't.
there is. You get the
There is,
mist.
yeah.
That's the flu.
Oh,
That's
there is a word called, is there?
No.
Okay, anyways, I think it's definitely worth the money because you're saving your child or you from getting that, and
I think it's worth the money because think of the amount of people who have gotten measles and back in when they in the olden days, but now you barely see anyone with measles because of the vaccine.
Yeah, but at the same time, the people that you see with measles can't afford the vaccine. So you see the big impact it has. I have a question. Do you think that vaccines should cost that much money, or do you think that they should be for everyone? They should even out to even people who can't really afford it now. So everyone.
I mean, if the hospitals don't charge you for them, they won't have profit for themselves.
But some organizations, they give them to people
That can't afford them.
It's
I
Walgreens or
agree with
something.
Lauren because if the hospital, they do get their money from people going and get their annual and the vaccines, but I also agree with Bella saying that people should there should be organizations with vaccines for because kids in Haiti and Africa and stuff.
Yeah, all those guys are getting so sick and they can't do anything.
I have a question. What is your opinion about each side of the argument?
I think that vaccines are definitely necessary.
I think that they're necessary also, but I don't know if they should be required because I think they're necessary, but most people have their own opinion on them. So I think that they should be very strongly,
recommended.
Recommended, but they can be a choice for families.
I think it's also good that people should get their vaccine so that their kids can go to school and not miss their activities
Because they're
Yeah.
because they're
I
sick.
think it's important to have vaccines because for kids since they're so susceptible when they're young to get a lot of diseases that maybe some people when they're old had still have them.
chicken pox. You never see that anymore.
Yeah.
I got chickenpox.
Really?
Yeah, but
And
that's
if you
'cause I'm
did-
not vaccinated. I honestly don't think you should don't have to be vaccinated. That's just what my family's always done. But I think you should have a choice. You can do it if you want. You think it's
Because if you can't afford it, if it's required for you and you can't afford it, what do you do?
Okay, I have a question. Why do you think the author wrote this when there are so many other articles on this topic?
Because everyone needs their opinion out there. If you want your opinion out there, you have a strong opinion that you think isn't in the discussion, you probably want it in there,
Because if somebody wants to agree with that opinion, then they'll work hard to get that out.
It's just more.
They want to inform more people.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Why would the illness what would the illness cause if they didn't get vaccinated?
Probably a lot more people would be sick with it and just keep spreading the Ebola outbreak. We didn't really know what to do there, so we didn't have a vaccination, so it's spreading.
I agree with Isabel because if one kid, let's say at a hospital and they're all babies, if one kid gets a disease, think of they're all in that one room so they can spread it to each other. So then
become an epidemic.
and then they can spread it to their families because maybe their parents weren't vaccinated because they're maybe older. So then they weren't really chicken pox or something because
And that be
once the chicken pox virus is already in you,
can become shingles.
and shingles is
worse.
worse. So if you think about it
Even
in
if
the
you-
hospital because they're babies.
But even if you're vaccinated, you can still get shingles because you're putting
Yeah.
the virus in. And basically that.
So, which do you think is stronger? Which debate has more stronger details and supporting details?
Personally, I think that the side where they think that vaccines are like needed, I think that like they have a lot more stuff to back us.
More people believe in that one, so more people research into why because they want to push more people to get it. So there's typically more information on that topic
Yeah.
than other ones.
Like, in my opinion, everyone should get vaccine. But
I agree too, because the difference between how many people did get sick when there wasn't a vaccine and now there is just crazy. So, like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
I personally think like going back to the money thing, because if you think about it, if you get sick with, you're paying like $100 and something for a vaccine, so you won't get like chicken pox. But then if you do get chicken pox and you don't get the vaccine, think about all that money that you're using for like ointment and like stuff like that, like
Like, it would
medication.
it would even out
It would
It's
probably
different for
even
other
out.
people though. If you keep your immune system like stronger and you eat healthy and you're really healthy and you exercise, then you don't get sick very much.
But it's
it's different for everyone.
contagious, so it really,
Unless
even
it's
if
like-
you
unless
are
it's like a
perfectly
non-
fit, that doesn't mean you're not gonna get it.
Like if
I
you're
know,
like,
but then it's typically like your sickness is not as strong. You
Yeah,
can
but
fight it off easier because your immune system is stronger.
like
I don't agree with Bella because when I was little, my adenoids, they were doing the opposite of what they were supposed to. Adenoids are like a filter, so they take out the excess like bad stuff in the food, but mine was taking out the nutrients, and I was eating everything like, right. And my doctor put on a special diet, nothing, and like if one person went home with a cold or flu or anything, I'd like go home that same day, like worse. So then I had to get them removed. So that's why I don't really agree with your
no,
statement.
yeah, I don't really agree with that either because like it's basically what Sadie said.
I've had a personal
I just think that
experience
doctors
with
should
it.
do a better job of like explaining what the vaccine does and how it's gonna help you and like why you should spend your money on it.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
can't just be like,
I
"Oh,
agree
here's
with
a
that.
vaccine
Like,
for
yeah,
a
here's
disease
your
you've never heard of." Have fun.
Like HPV.
But a lot of
that hurts so bad.
A lot of times you know what they are, but I agree that they should give more detail into it. So,
I have a question. What do you think would happen if diseases were like vaccines were like eradicated, like families, like nobody ever got to like vaccinated?
well, we'd all be healthy.
I think that people would die at an earlier age.
I think the like population would decrease slowly, like because a lot of people rely on vaccines. I think.
What do you think was like the strongest supporting detail in it, in the passage? Mine was vaccines, however, which have prevented 6 million deaths every year worldwide and have fundamentally changed modern medicine and should not be on that list. But I think that that's like a really good detail saying that every year it saves 6 million people from dying by just having one shot.
Yeah, because like that's so strong and they've been working on like that's like
I-
if a disease spreads, that's their main priority to make like, get it fixed.
Like what I said, like they would have to explain that to people that like
The main supporting detail for me was like all the percentages, like saying like overall 68% of U.S. adults say childhood vaccination should be required, while 30% say parents should be able to decide. I thought those were like, I like percentages because then you can tell like how many.
Yeah, and interesting to see what other people's opinion are, other than yours.
Yeah, because
Like,
everyone's
opposing
opinion is
side.
different, even if it's like really similar. Like in some ways, like because some people in their like specific families, like Bella's, don't believe in vaccinations, and they're like, they don't help. Like whatever, fine. But like other families, like some of our families, are like, no, you need vaccinations. It's like
She's like, for going to the doctor, you need vaccination. This one doctor was so mean. She like came up to me. She's like, this
later,
is an
later,
HPV.
Sadie.
And she was like,
Later, Sadie.
oh, that hurts so bad.
Okay, the biggest thing for me